Good morning, everybody. And Margaret with Raise the Vibration. Today's live is about the truth shall set you free. It is, of course, a famous quote from none other than Jesus. Pretty amazing. An incredible reminder that if we are able to be authentic, if we're able to be our true authentic self, we feel very free. We feel very liberated. Hey guys. Oh my goodness, cousin, how you doing? Alexis, Kate, thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. So this is a time right now of universal deceit. It's crazy how much we see breaking down in our systems and things kind of coming to the surface. And I think it's Kate's birthday today too, isn't it? Your birthday today, Kate? Shout out to all my birthdays today too. I know Betsabe and Mariana. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a beautiful weekend. So we are really in this time and age of, if we tell the truth, it's more of a universal, like a revolutionary act really in the world. So today we're going to explore, get comfy, we'll be here about 15 minutes. We're going to explore the areas that we feel stuck, the areas that we feel imprisoned, the areas that we feel like we can't kind of move forward in our lives. And I guarantee you we're going to uncover something today that is some sort of inauthenticity in that area, something that we're either lying to others about or ourselves about. And usually when we think of like falsehood telling or lie telling, we tend to go to that extreme of making ourselves wrong. But so much of what we're lying about sometimes lives in our subconscious or unconscious state. Hey, Joel. Hey, Avis. But it lives in an unconscious state. So how can we find that flashlight and shine it in those hidden areas, those blind spots that we don't even know are there? So I've got so much for you today. I'm so excited. So we're going to be looking at cards. We're going to be looking at oils and meditations, and even my top favorite quotes on telling the truth. So I'm super excited. So the first quote I wanted to start with is from the Buddha. We started with Jesus, the truth shall set you free. And Buddha, obviously, another amazing spiritual master that from Buddhism. And his quote was this: 3 things cannot be hidden, long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. So when we feel that inauthenticity within us, whether we've lied about something and then we've continued through dishonesty, we need to allow that to go to the surface to be free. And this time right now towards the end of the year, and then this huge kind of energy that's bubbling up for 2020, is a perfect time to evaluate, to look at your life and see what areas in my life feel stuck, feel imprisoned in some way. Where do I not feel or experience freedom, right? Yes. So if you can look at those areas in your life right now, take out your journals. I know it's time to do a little work. It's Sunday morning. And make some areas of your life, like your health, your relationship, your romantic relationship, your relationship with your family or kids if you've got them, your job, your career, your work life, and then also your spiritual life, your connection to that unseen force in life or to God. Write down those areas for yourself, and maybe just a couple areas where you feel like you don't, maybe star a couple that you don't feel like you have complete freedom in. Hi, Eileen. And then what we're going to do in just a moment, put that to a side. We're going to explore each of those areas just for a moment so that we can figure out maybe how to pull out that weed in that area. Any weeders? Oh my gosh, I was the weeder in our house growing up, and I hated that job and I loved it at the same time. Have you ever had that love-hate relationship? Like where you're trying to get at that weed and pull it out from the root, because you know if you just pull off the top, it's going to grow back much quicker. So in the areas of our life, how do we weed out the areas of our life? We have to get to the root. We have to get to the root cause. And usually when we're not feeling free, when we're not feeling our authentic, our beautiful, authentic self, there's an area where we've got a weed. We've got this lie. We've got this inauthenticity or something that we are not addressing head on. And we all have it. We're all human. So how do we find that root? So let's first of all take our health, okay? So in that area of your life, where is there an authenticity? Like maybe you say, Oh yeah, I work out a few times a week. I do this or that. Hey guys, thanks for joining. I like. How do you? How can you maybe just write down very clearly what the truth is in that area? Maybe your diet is a little off, or you're drinking too much. Like, can you take on? Maybe I'm just gonna have one drink going forward. Perhaps I'm gonna give up sugar 3 days a week. Something that you can put in there that you can begin to have a more authentic relationship. And I know this is something that's not a super sexy topic, telling the truth or liberating yourself from this confine, but it is essential if we're going to feel free in this human life. Maybe you messed up. Maybe you lied to somebody you love, or maybe you lied in business. Maybe you lied to yourself about what it is you really want. If you are in a job you can't stand, that's eating away at you inside. If you're in a relationship that you know is not right, what do you need to do to clean it up? What do you need to do to be able to find more freedom in that area, and so that you do feel the authenticity and that power of freedom return? So maybe move from health, go to relationships. Is there anything that you really need to out yourself about? Sometimes we tell these little white lies and we don't need to. We think that we're supposed to be superhuman or perfect. But what can you do today, this week, to free yourself up of maybe something that you said in your relationship, or something that you thought over and over again, that if you just pull out of your brain and tell somebody, a loved one, or you pull out of your brain and write in your journal and say, you know what, this is really what's been going on in my head. Can you help me so I don't keep telling myself this lie? Maybe it's a lie about yourself, the relationship with yourself. In your job, in your career, is there some project you've been working on, or something that you've been doing with your coworkers? Maybe a lie looks like gossiping. Maybe a lie looks like talking about your boss or another coworker or a rival company or whatever it is. And all of these lies, all of these inauthenticities pull down our frequency. We don't realize that, we think we kind of get away with those little white lies or the gossip or anything like that, but it pulls down our frequency so that we don't have the freedom, we don't have the access to really being. There's a great quote that's from Mark Twain. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. How many of us are sitting and going, oh my gosh, what did I say to that person? One time in my early 20s, I heard this incredible teaching that said, if you are the same person with everyone in your life, that's true freedom. Everyone in your life. Can you imagine that? With all of your relatives, with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers? Can you be your authentic self with everyone in your life? If not, there's a weed. We have to find a weed and how to pull that out by the root. All right. There's another beautiful quote. Muhammad Ali said, I know where I'm going and I know the truth, and I don't have to be what you want me to be. I'm free to be what I want. Are you struggling with this? Are you struggling with being an inauthentic expression of yourself because you're trying to be what someone else wants you to be? Someone, something. What are you doing that is putting pressure on yourself to lie about who you are? This is one of our greatest challenge, folks, guys. I understand. I am a human too. I've been through my own challenges in life where I feel like I'm being one person and it's not true. It's not authentic. But the moment we're able to reset the brokenness of our inauthenticity, then we have the freedom to heal more beautifully, heal with a freedom that allows our true essence in life, our true purpose, our true gift to the world to come forward. Okay, so the work is hard, but it's simple. The work is hard, but it's so worth it. Okay, let's look at a couple of these other quotes. Honesty, Thomas Jefferson. Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. Mahatma Gandhi. Even if you are a minority of one, the truth is the truth. Sometimes our truth gets distorted by other people by saying something over and over again to ourselves, like mantra. If we are saying the same thing over and over in our minds, like, I'm not enough, I'm unworthy, I'm unlovable, and we keep saying this over and over in our minds, it occurs for us like the truth. It's not the truth. It's absolutely not the truth, but it feels like a reality in our lives because whatever we repeat over and over and over in our minds, or whatever we say over and over again, becomes our belief system. And those of you who have been students of mine for years know that that belief system shapes our reality. So our thoughts shape our reality, our words, our actions shape our reality. So what in your life right now can you pull it like a weed in inauthenticity, get it out of your brain, get it out of your mouth, say it, get it onto paper, and recognize it for the lie that it is, so that you can free yourself up to be more at peace with yourself, with your life, with your choices, with your purpose, okay, with your friends. That it feels like you don't want to create an upset, right? When we lie sometimes because we feel like we don't want to create an upset for somebody else. And we tell ourselves, oh, I just don't want to upset them. It's not the right time to tell them. But the truth is, the longer you wait to expose the lie and reveal the truth, the more imprisoned you are, the more upset there will be from the other person, the longer you hold on to this and you don't disclose this. And the reality is, guys, that whenever we do this work and we expose quite vulnerably these lies that we've told, it's an amazing opportunity to grow in your intimate relationships with yourself, with God, with others, with people that you care about in your life. We lie because we think we're going to lose them, but we've already lost them because they don't know who we are authentically. Okay? So I know it's gross. I know it feels disgusting to say and address this in our life, but we know that that truth will set us free, okay? I've put a few more quotes in there that you can check out later. Oh my gosh, yeah, Don Miguel Ruiz, writer of the Four Agreements, Mastery of Love, said, I know where I'm, oh, wait, no, that he's, sorry, that was Muhammad Ali. He said, people like to say that conflict is between good and evil. The real conflict is between truth and lies. That truth will set us free, okay? So check out the notes. I've also included the notes, 2 essential oils that I love that are about truth. So frankincense is actually the oil of truth. So I diffuse this, I put it on every day. It's an amazing cellular rehabilitator as well. So I love the frankincense. I diffuse that to help really bring that element and that energy of truth into my environment and on my body. And then I also love my chakra fans, Chakra 6, Clary Sage. Clary Sage is such a great oil. You can just even put a dab right on your third eye. You can breathe, meditate with this incredible oil. It really opens up our ability to see clearly. So if you're wanting to make a shift in your life, in your relationship or your health or your career, Clary Sage, visualizing that color indigo with that 6th chakra, it really helps that higher seeing place so that we're able to be more authentically ourselves and on our authentic purpose in life. All right, let's pick our awesome cards. So I also put the notes in there about how to find more information on those emotions that are related to these essential oils. So there's a great book that I absolutely love that I reference all the time. So it's in the notes. All right, so let's pick a card with the archetype connected to truth. Ah, beautiful. Samaritan. The Samaritan, let me read this. So the way archetypes work is that there's a light aspect and a shadow aspect to every aspect of who we are. So when we make something wrong, we're missing the blessing, we're missing the teaching, the light, and whatever it is, we're just missing. We do this all the time. Samaritan, the light attribute of the Samaritan archetype, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. This is such a great archetype for today. The shadow attribute of this archetype is exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer, like the expectations that we have in life. It's really not an authentic service energy. So this Samaritan archetype, it refines our capacity to help those we prefer to ignore. These are our dark spots, our shadowy spots, the areas that those weeds that are underground we need to uproot so that we're free, okay? So that's what this archetype's about. Now, last card, and then you guys are set free for your week ahead. See how many truths you can bring to the surface this week, okay? All right, card for this one, Goddess archetype, White Terra sensitivity. beautiful card. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. All right, guys, connecting with that sensitivity with the archetype of the Samaritan and authenticity. Bye.